Hi, and welcome to a new Show&Tell from me. My name is Peter, and today we'll be looking at the Amphion sub from Yanis Trading & Co. It's part of the line called the NTH subs, and this is it. Arrived today. I'm very impressed with it, and let me give you some stats about it first. The case material is 316L stainless steel. The display crystal is a double-domed anti-reflective sapphire. It has a water resistance to 30 ATMs or 300 meters. The bezel is a 120-click unidirectional bezel. Bezel insert, steel with loomed markers. Screw-down crown, 40mm case diameter. The case length is 48 millimeters. Case thickness 11.5 millimeters. Lug width is 20 millimeters. It weighs 144 grams. The movement in it is a Miyota caliber 9015 automatic, which has an accuracy of -10 to +30 seconds a day. It beats at a 28,800 BPH. The power reserve on this movement is more than 42 hours plus, and it comes with a warranty of 2 years. Right. First off, let me just introduce you to the box it comes in. This is it. Very nice leather box. A pull-out box where you pull it out, and there is the watch. Very well protected, very nice looking box, I must say. Right, that's the box. The watch itself. Well, first off, I'd like to say that many of you might say that this looks a bit like another watch of a better known brand, and that's probably correct. These NTH subs are tributes to some of the old icons. It's a sort of a thumbs up to those watches, and more specifically to the range of military watches that came out after the Second World War. Military dive watches, very awesome watches, and I think this is it's a lovely tribute to one of those. As I've said to you many times before, I am not, I'm not one of those people who know like a trillion things about watches. I'm what I like to call myself as a happy amateur watch idiot. I just like watches, which means that I make these. That's the reason that I call my videos show and tells and not watch reviews, because I simply don't have the in-depth knowledge to make reviews. So I call them show and tells, because I'm one happy idiot, and my videos are made for all you other happy idiots out there who just like watches and don't necessarily need to know all the minute details about how to build up a watch. So that's why I say my first impression of this watch is it's nice, it's great, it has a super feeling to it. It feels like quality. Everything just I took it out of the box and I was just instantly pleased with it. And that's there's nothing here that shouts that I seem to be forgetting how to speak English, but my point is everything looks very well machined, very beautifully put together, sturdy, well made, simply to state the obvious again. Now you may think that I always say this about the watches that I review, and that's quite true, but that's because I always vet the watches that I agree to review, so that I don't end up having to review a watch I don't like, and that's why I'm always very positive about these watches that I review. And this is the first watch from Yanis Trading that I've reviewed, and this is the first, obviously, of the NTH subline, and I'm really pleased with it. I'm really impressed with it. It's just a beautiful watch. It's not too large. It's not too small. Let me just give you a wrist shot there. and it's easily, this watch is just as at home, wading through the Amazon in your cargo shorts than under a tuxedo. It would fit easily there. So it's it's not too large, not too small, right there in the middle. Very usable, very utilitarian, perfect size if you ask me, and a very very handsome watch. The movement, the Miyota caliber 9015, is again one of those sturdy workhorse movements from Miyota. They very rarely fail. They really do. They really rarely fail. There it goes. Again, a tongue twister for me there. So and it's. I'm not going to get into all. It's sort of a religion. Some people say, "Oh, I'll only buy Swiss-made movements," and other people say, "Yeah, well, we don't need Swiss-made." I'm not going to start a religion war here, but I just like to say that the Miyotas are excellent movements. They really are, and they help keep the cost down on watches like this, where you get this wonderful build and you get this wonderful design, but you don't have to pay with your heart blood for it, because one of the ways of keeping the price down is simply not using Swiss-made movements and using a Miyota that does the job just as well. And I'm all for that. I do own watches with Swiss-made movements, but I also do own a lot of watches which don't have, and they haven't failed me, and I don't really care. To be quite honest, I don't care. As long as the watch is interesting and it's beautiful and it's functional and all those things, and this watch is that. So I'm very pleased with the Miyota caliber in this watch. So the only thing that might be a bit of a problem is, when I received this watch, I went into Yannis Training website and I saw that the whole range is sold out, which is a bit disappointing because this isn't mine. I'm going to have to give this back to to the owner. This is from his personal collection, and and that's just a bit sad. So I'm really hoping that Yannis Training will decide to rehash this model, to send it out again, reprint it, if you can use that word. That would be cool, and I would definitely be buying one because I just really like it. There's nothing about this watch that is not likable. It has the details that I really like, drilled through case lugs, which makes it much easier for happy idiots like me to change the bracelet to strap or NATO or without scratching the whole thing. Another thing that's sort of a gift for us, the users, is that it has screwed-in pins, which is also again makes it really easy for us to screw them out, put in a lug, put in a link, or take one out, without having to get in the car, drive down to the watchman, and have him do it, which a lot of people still do. So these two things that very functional, and I love that on these watches. If I was to say two things that I would like in this watch, now when you do show and tells about watches, people sort of demand that you say a couple of things that you don't like about the watch, and I'm really hard pressed to do that because I really do like the watch. But if I was to torture myself into saying a couple of things that I might like to be changed, it would be that the case back for me isn't very interesting. It's very military-like, and that might even be the whole idea with it. But I would have liked a sort of a little bit, more sexy case back on this watch, because I like sexy case backs. Other people, you all out there, my viewers might disagree with me on that, and that's fine. But for me personally, I would have liked a little picture of something on that. The other thing is, well, metal bezels tend to get scratched very easily, so I would have maybe liked some other kind of material there. but these are minute things, and the overall feel of this watch is awesome, and I do love this. I love this so much that I actually would like to buy one again. So when I say that, that means I really do like the watch. About the name, Amphion, he was in Greek mythology. He was the son of Zeus and Antiopeia. He's probably most well known for building the city of Thebes. Thebes was a powerful Greek city-state back in the ancient Greek times, and one of the reasons that Thebes was not to be fucked with was the fact that they had a very tall, very powerful wall around the city. Now, their law says that Amphion was actually the one who built the walls of the city using magic given to him by the gods. And that was why Thebes was so strong throughout time, until I believe, I'm not quite sure, but I think it was Alexander the Great who razed the city to the ground. But until then, I think they managed to keep out the barbarian hordes. And that's the name. Your names mean something. And so this watch was named after a Greek half-god, son of Zeus. So to quick recap of this, very beautiful watch, love it lots. First watch I've done a review of for Yanis Trading, and thumbs up to you guys there. You're doing a great job. Please continue. By the way, they have some other things on the way out, some really sexy looking watches. Look them up and see what you can, if it's something you like. With those words, I'd like to say thanks very much for watching, and I hope to catch you again soon. Bye-bye.